showing that the stove was actually on, that the knob was on to turn. So I don't know what.
Yeah, I know, but the issue is whether or not a human being turned it on.
I don't know what the issue is, Judge. I understand very, very clear my issue.
I'm not sure how we're gonna resolve that, but
I'm not either,
I'd
but
like an opportunity to see if I can find someone who might be able to weigh in on that.
I don't know how
is Cat still available? Sycamore Meadows versus Kayla P.
Oh, Your Honor, can I grab my things in the cyber?
You're on this one?
Yes.
No. Yes, go ahead.
for the plaintiff, Carrie Zammon, on behalf of the plaintiff.
Kayla P.
All right. While we wait for your attorney to get back.
Yes, sir.
The individual who has signed in or dialed in one with the last three digits of 173, if you could please hit *6 on your phone and unmute and identify yourself.
Hello?
Hello? Who are?
Judge, my name is Gary Ziegler.
Okay. So first thing, Mr. Ziegler, whatever other, oh, he's just gone. Where? Oh, no. He's there.
Judge?
Mr. Ziegler, you there?
Yes, sir.
All right.
I apologize. Obviously my computer is not Zoom friendly.
Yeah, you're
Hello?
probably right. It's by no means, I'm sure, a user error. Stay right
Yeah, I apologize for that.
No, it's okay. Let me call that case, counsel, and just Marshall Real Estate Group versus Gary Ziegler.
Ryan Sweeney appearing on behalf of plaintiff Marshall Real Estate Group.
All right.
Gary Ziegler here from Saline via phone.
Okay. And where are we on this case, folks?
So last time we appeared, Your Honor, Mr. Ziegler was set up with a social worker to assist in getting his application in this court, ordered that it be filed with or provided to the court proof of the application being submitted by Wednesday of this week.
Yes. And I don't have that. I don't think. Hang on. No, I don't have anything.
I have a copy of it right here.
When did you send it to the court?
Monday afternoon, 4:00. So we're talking the 27th. It was supposed to be there by 4 p.m. on the 28th. It's the
Right.
Sears.
And okay, that might be an error on our part, and it just didn't get to my file. Your social worker was helping you get that in, right?
Correct.
Okay. So you're entitled to another adjournment because of that. I'm going to assume that he got it in, Mr. Sweeney.
Okay.
And what have you applied for? You applied for an SER, and then did you contact Hawk?
Yes.
Okay.
Nothing.
Did they give you an appointment?
I've talked to people on the phone. I haven't been out. I'm partially disabled with side effect neuropathy, plus my car is currently inoperable, and I don't have the funds to fix it. However, Amy, the court liaison that I've been working with since last meeting, has given me 4.5 pages of resources to work. I'm about 60% done with them, but Judge, one of the resources gave me an additional 223 resources. I kid you not. I wouldn't waste the court's time on this. Okay? So I have additional resources to work through, but I'm just going to be perfectly candid, save everybody some time. Here's what I'd like to do.
Go ahead.
Okay. Point taken.
Go ahead, Mr.
Yeah, I know I need to give this, and I haven't talked to an attorney. Nobody's even answered the phone, all due respect. Swear to God. Okay. But I want to end this, okay? And I know that I need to end this by paying what I'm due. But I want to try to work in the next 2 weeks to move out of here and at the very least give the Marshalls their apartment back.
Okay.
So in a nutshell, I know that, yeah, I know that's all fine and dandy, but no ticky, no laundry, bud. Right. You owe $3,750. If there's one of the resources that I just found was the dispute center. Obviously, I don't want an eviction on my record, but I'm headed there for sure, unless I, either cough up the money or move. I'd like, if I can be so bold, is to please ask for another 2 weeks work effort to meet that end, to at least move out of this apartment in 2 weeks and give the Marshalls back their apartment.
So Your Honor, what I'm hearing almost sounds like a consent for possession in 2 weeks. If the funds are not paid by that date, he will move voluntarily. And I would do that as like a pocket judgment so that no eviction would go on his record if he does actually keep to his word and either pay or voluntarily move.
Well, it won't be for lack of effort. That's all I can promise. Like
Okay,
I said,
so-
I don't even have, it will not be for lack of effort. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
It's all right. Here's what I'll do. And I'll take that into consideration. If he doesn't move out in terms of the time limit, Mr. Sweeney, that will be granted on any judgment. But I'm not going to grant a judgment that way. But what I will do is I'll adjourn this out 2 weeks, let him see whether or not either he's going to come up with the resources to get it paid or vacate the premises at that point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me, Your Honor, if I could, one last thing. I have a tentative acceptance in 2 senior housing units, McNamara Towers in Livonia and Dunn Family Co-op Apartments in Centerline. I've submitted the paperwork. I'm not only in line, I've been told by parties verbally, okay, not, in all honesty and candor, nothing in writing. They won't give you, for whatever reason, they won't give you even a tentative move-in date. But I am on the waiting list, and I am very high on the list. And in all honesty and candor, both of those places, okay, again, McNamara Towers in Livonia and Dunn Family Co-op in Centerline, which I would gladly take. Beggars can't be choosers. I'm in a tough spot. I need to go. I get that. Okay, so I have the deposit for both of those places, and I have a tentative agreement from my brother to cover the moving costs.
Okay, I get that. So here's the thing, Mr. Ziegler, you need to make a decision on which way you're going. I'm giving you 2 weeks to do that. Okay?
Understood.
All right, February 14th, 2025 at 1 p.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Oh, you'll send a okay. You'll send a notice for that, right?
I'm presuming we will. Yes.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I can hang up, right?
Yep, you can hang up.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Sycamore Meadows versus Caleb B.
Again, Carrie Zim,
Jill Bauer on behalf of Ms. Case is also present.
All right.
I know that last time I wasn't here, I got an email from opposing counsel regarding a stipulated order. I sent her a revised stipulated order as to what my client would be willing to agree to, meaning to give Ms. P sometime a date where she can get everything out of the unit and she can take anybody that she needs to take with. We're just asking that they wear appropriate face coverings because of the situation. I wasn't here. I heard through the grapevine of what happened. I just want the court to be aware it's about insurance bids. I mean, realistically, insurance bids and contractor bids and making sure that we have the appropriate people in the unit. All of the things need to be removed, Judge. It's soot filled. There's a wall that needs to come down. Am I correct? There's a whole wall that actually needs to be replaced. So it's not something where council wanted Miss P to be able to leave items upstairs. That's a problem because the smell is going to stay. You know all of the things I'm going to say to you. And so I really just need all of her stuff out, and then they can do what they can do. And that's where I'm at. That's what I can agree to at this time. And I sent that order over to opposing counsel for review, and they can pick a day.
Well, Your Honor, if they're willing to rehouse her, she would have a place to remove her belongings too. But she's living in her car right now.
Judge, I don't think that's quite accurate because my client has actually seen her with her grandma, who's also in Sycamore Meadows. So I could be wrong, but I believe that that's where they've seen her living and residing. At this time, Judge, I don't have the authorization to agree to rehouse her, and I don't think that my client's willing to do that either, from what I've been told at this point. So I'm willing to give her the time that she needs to get her stuff out of there so they can get in the unit and do what they need to do.
And we believe that they should be rehousing her. So we'd ask the court to.
But she's not in the unit. So I guess I'm unclear as to why you're holding the unit hostage.
Well, we're not really
To
holding.
put it bluntly. I mean, because that's what you're doing. I mean, they can't, if her things are in there, they can't do anything. And so I don't know who that benefits.
Well, Your Honor, I was not aware that it seemed to me that the damage was just in the kitchen and that there wouldn't be any work being done upstairs. So that's why I thought she could leave her large items upstairs because she has nowhere else to put them right now. If she was rehoused, she would have a place to put them. That's what I was thinking. I did not have the information that a wall needed to be replaced. That would make it untenable to store things on the second floor.
Okay. So now we are aware that that's the case. So what's defendant's position now? Because whether she's rehoused or not, you can't just hold this unit. I mean, I can issue an order that she has to remove her items, or she's at a certain date they're abandoned, and then they can remove them.
Well, I just heard with you that the second floor. So can I ask her if she has a place to move the larger items? Your Honor, Ms. P has items in the unit that she wants to remove, but she's willing to not take the larger items because she has nowhere to store them. But she just wants the court to be clear that she's not surrendering her right to the unit. She's just removing her things so that repairs can begin. That's what she's concerned about.
At this point, I think I've said it already twice now. My client's not willing to rehouse her. I don't, at this point, I just need her to get the stuff out so that we can get done what we need to get done. This isn't the first fire that took place in this unit. This is the second fire. So there's problems there, but I think before the court today is what we've discussed about removing the items. And so that's where I'm at.
The order that was sent over regarding removal, what was the date?
I just need her to pick a date. And so that the order says that within the next week, she'll pick a date and she'll be able to go on that date and bring individuals with her. Can I see the?
That's my order.
Okay, Judge, I sent it to her. I thought she.
Okay.
It was one paragraph, Judge, and I'll read it to you. Defendant shall be provided a full day within the next week to go through her belongings and remove any and all belongings from the unit. Defendant shall be allowed to bring people with her to assist her. Defendant and anyone going into the unit shall wear protective clothing and mask while in the unit. So ordered. And if she wants to pick a date now, I can revise it and put the date and the time she'll be able to be there.
Give me a date.
She needs to talk to find out who can help her, but she will pick a date.
Okay.
7th of February, so within the next week.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm not this way. Can't pick a date, I'll pick a date.
Okay.
It's February 6th.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
So put that in the order, I'll sign the order, and then what do I need to do? Adjourn this case out to deal with the.
I have 2 other things that I want to put on.
Sure.
I'd like to add an explicit sentence to the order that clarifies that she's not giving up her right to be housed by emptying out the unit.
Well, if the case continues, of course she's not. She's
Okay.
challenged. I don't know why that needs. to
Okay,
be
I
there,
just
but
want that to be part of.
Otherwise, she'd get her stuff out and we're done, but obviously we're not.
Okay.
I'll be
The other.
handling this when I get Social Security, apparently. Go ahead.
Okay. I think that the stove should be preserved for examination, since that's the key item about how the fire started.
Stove should be preserved.
And we'd like.
Is the cat gonna testify? I'm sorry. I thought I'd ask.
Judge, there's pictures of the stove and with the, I think they're attached to, there's actually pictures and in the fire report with showing that the stove was actually on, that the knob was on to turn. So I don't know what.
Yeah, I know, but the issue is whether or not a human being turned it on.
I don't know what the issue is, Judge. I understand very, very clear my
I'm
issue.
not sure how we're gonna resolve that, but
I'm not either,
I'd
but
like an opportunity to see if I can find someone who might be able to weigh in on that.
I don't know how.
is the cat still available? I mean, I just asked you a question because do you still have the cat? Okay.
Judge, I don't know how she wants me to preserve the stove. I have no way of preserving the stove. So unless Ms.
Well, I would imagine that Sycamore Meadows has some storage. I mean, I get the request because somebody's gonna have to show me how this.
There's actually a statement in the report from the fire chief that Ms. P said that when she walked in and saw the smoke, she heard the clicking of the stove and then walked back out as well. So I don't know how preserving the stove is going to change any of the evidence that's out there, but.
Are you want the stove preserved for what purpose? To determine whether or not there's
It could
some.
be started by an animal. I mean, that's what they put in their motion that I got yesterday.
But
Is
that's what was in I didn't put that in the
But
motion.
that was a statement, I think, by your client
But-
to the fire.
But she recorded the conversation with the fire department. That is not what she said. So the fire report is not accurate.
Okay, well, to make it fair, you guys are gonna have to find some place to store the stove. The stove, prepare an order, gotta preserve the stove as well
If my
as.
client has no place to put it, what would you like me to do? Does Miss Bauer want to find somewhere to preserve it? Judge, because my client doesn't have storage.
Can you guys work out where to store it? I mean, because obviously somebody's gonna have to pay to have it, or
why doesn't she?
what do you want to do to this stove? You want somebody to go and tell you whether or not this stove can be turned on by an animal, right?
I'm sorry, Your
So-
Honor. Could you repeat that?
I know, Miss Lee was all in your ear. So when would you get the person out?
I'll start working on it immediately. Maybe the stove could be moved to the basement since there's not going to be any work done in the basement.
Well, I don't know that. I mean, I'm not the contractor, so I don't know whether or not it's.
If
Okay, so I'm gonna be serious about this for a moment. The stove needs to be put in some secure location. All right, you're just gonna have to, plaintiff is gonna have to figure that out.
That's fine, Judge. I'll figure it out.
Okay.
And then the last thing, Your Honor, is, I finally got, paperwork for the case this week. I'd like to file an answer on behalf of Ms. P. I need time to file an answer to the motion that I got yesterday, and then possibly draft my own motion for summary disposition. So I need time for those things with permission of the court.
How much time are you gonna need?
I would like 3 weeks. I don't know if the court would give me 3 weeks or not, because I still have a FOIA request that I'm going to be picking up today that seems to be pretty lengthy.
Judge, we're before you on the 18th of February. You can stick us on that date. If you're okay with it.
Probably not, but
Okay.
I mean, I will. But here's what I'm gonna do. I'm not giving you 3 weeks. You need to file it by the 14th.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
And then I will adjourn this matter out. We can put you on the 18th.
Okay. Thank
And
you.
then we'll figure out where we're going. February 18th, 2024, 9 a.m. That's in person. You prepare the order regarding preservation and you prepare the other order and then I'll sign it. Thank you. I do also want a picture of the cat's front paws.
Can I just make sure that the things on top of the stove don't need to be preserved? You just want the stove put in a location in the basement or something
Yes,
like that? I can get rid of all of this, correct? Because I'm not gonna be able, the
Yeah.
problem with preserving everything that's burnt on the stove is the same problem with all of the stuff.
I don't
in-
think we have pictures of that. I think we're just interested in the mechanics of the stove being able to be examined. So that's fine.
Okay, thank you,
Okay.
Judge.
And I want pictures of the cat's front paws extended as well as the rear paws. Not that those are as important for me.
Okay.
Thank you.